I can't believe I'm going back to this crap. There are so many fucking frauds in the world, pardon my French, and it's worth covering a few of them because their predictions might largely come true. You don't need to be psychic for that, you just simply need to have half a mind about you. And this particular article, from 2 days ago, has a person claiming a bunch of predictions. Chilling predictions for 2020. Well, one that interested me was that he said that Trump would be defeated, but he would not go quietly. And he says that he's seen visions of severe weather and very heavy winds in the UK. I think Scotland gets that every year. But yeah, sure, you can make this shit fit, or Trump might not be defeated. You know? It seems like at the moment, unless they get a real contender in there for the Democrats, not going to win. Want to believe that? Fine. Fine. You know? But you really need to be psychic for these things? Actually, as in, you have extrasensory perception in order to predict visions of Paris Hilton announcing she's having a baby, a scandal around Lindsay Lohan, Jennifer Aniston starting a significant new relationship. This is weak shit. And hey, it might come true. It might come true. Does that mean he's psychic? No, that means he's making crap predictions while claiming to be a psychic, and it's like chilling predictions my arse. And it's in the bloody Mirror. As far as tabloids go, I suppose that's not necessarily the worst of the bunch, but it may as well just be any other person predicting a whole bunch of things that may or may not happen. Well, what else is there? Let's have a look. This one is really bizarre and random, but I've seen visions of a what's that? A floral cupcake dress going viral, and people really sitting up and noticing the design. Thing is, though, with a lot of this stuff, a lot of stuff that goes viral, by the way, is actually stuff that's already been out there anyway. But okay, let's say that's something new. Let's say that comes true. What about the stuff that doesn't? Let's say all comes true. Does that prove he has extrasensory perception? No. With the stuff that doesn't come true, does that disprove it completely? No, not really. Simply means you made a whole bunch of predictions. Now, this is the guy. I'm going to look him up and see what his predictions were last year. Okay, without reading, just getting to the title. Here's his 2019 predictions, as well as him claiming to be a former Egyptian queen. He looks like a bit of a queen right now. But in any case, let's have a look at some of his predictions. This is in the Mirror. I could link this below, I suppose. So let's see what there is. Okay, straight off the bat, here's a good one. He says Prince Harry and Meghan Markle's baby due this spring will be a girl. Archie isn't a girl. I'm not a fan of the royals, but that is a mistaken thing. Some of these things I'll have to check out because I do not know enough. Okay, right. It says here Taylor Swift is going to announce her engagement. Let's look that up. Yeah, that pans out. There's a few things here which seem to be a little bit quirky. Past life recall. Okay, whatever floats your goat. But getting a few things wrong is inevitable. Predicting other things, conceding you're an astrologer, your work is in magazines, you're in publications where gossip is the commonality. So you're basically doing the same sort of gig as many other people out there. Let me see what else there is. Oh wow, this guy claims that his most significant thing he's predicted to date is the Syrian conflict. Because no one saw that coming, right? The civil unrest going back a very long time, the oppressive nature of the government, the inability to hold on to parts of its country, the fall into ISIS. So yeah, you must have predicted that. It definitely wasn't about you reading the news. Oh, this is very, politically correct kind of stuff, where you claim that you've basically been a closeted transgender soldier in Saxon England. So that's a very weird idea. Also that you've lived as animals. I've moved on from predictions now to past life bullshit. Claim to be a grey-skinned alien. But you know what? If a handful of his predictions are true, if a handful of things he predicts that aren't too radical and are relatively plausible actually do occur, apparently that is enough to say that he is indeed a psychic, as opposed to being a fucking fraud. Well, unfortunately, the article doesn't say too much more, but what we can say is that people of this kind are opportunists, they're selling their trade, they're astrologers, they do the psychic tricks, they're basically magicians who sell to the credulous, and yeah, for everything they predict, there are usually a few things they get wrong. For everything that comes true, there are a few things that go wrong, I should say, and typically they only state their hits, and when they can't do that, they'll go into past life bullshit, because it's a lot easier to do that than deal with the real world and try and prove you can actually do anything beyond that of carnival tricks.